Peace and blessings. I'm outside in the beautiful sunshine and light. Let y'all see. Surrounded by nature as I so love to be. Enjoying the view. It's just gorgeous out. It's a little geese down there minding her own business or his own business. It feels like a her, but who knows. And wanted to talk about one of my favorite topics, love and forgiveness. I haven't even done my cleanse yet. It's almost 4 o'clock. I'm actually going to be uh, leaving in a minute. I was supposed to go to school today, but I wasn't feeling bad. It's just lady blessings flowing. My body didn't have a lot of energy, and it didn't want to get out of bed, so we didn't. I stayed in and rested and listened to my being, and I'm doing that more and more in life. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to listen to my being like this. It was a time I wouldn't have been able to. I would have had to go to work, and um, it wouldn't have been an option to rest like that. Look at my hair blending like, looking like trees. I love that. It's gorgeous. So I'm up, like I just woke up for the day, and I just had a really good and wonderful talk with my mom. I'm so happy that our relationship has grown and changed as much as it is and has. And I'm sending love out to her doggy because her dog's not feeling good, and something happened to that dog. It's not going to be good for us. I just don't want her to go through that right now. She's lost a couple of dogs and a whole bunch of people, and I just don't want her to have to deal with that right now. But with that being said, I wanted to talk about love and learning to love in this new way. I had wrote something yesterday, and I may do a video and share that, where I was talking about, in order to really become the woman that I am, or the woman that I am, I pretty much have to let go of everything that I think I know about love and forgiveness and responsibility and accountability of other people, you know, and how to let people who really be who they are. And in this situation that I just recently dealt with, where forgiveness, I I didn't I didn't know I was as okay with everything that had went down as I was. What I saw is, so often everybody has up these defenses, and I talked about this yesterday on my page. For those of you who don't know, Starfly Awakening on Facebook.com. Check me out. I mean, on Facebook. Yeah, well, I guess it is Facebook.com, but it's Starfly Awakening on Facebook. Um, Realizing how much we stay in survival mode long after we're out of the war. You know, I went through a lot of traumatic events as a child and as an early adult. Up into my 30s, I think I lived in my first peaceful environment where there wasn't drugs or people arguing and fighting inside the house when I was 30 years old, almost. I think 30. And where I didn't have to worry about struggling about bills. I think up until 26, 27, I was still living in an environment where every day I didn't know what was going to be paid, what wasn't going to be paid. I know y'all feeling. But anyway, and that had been a lot of my life. Like, me and my family, we've been homeless and just a lot of stuff. So anyway, with that being said, because I don't want to get all on me on that aspect, it was amazing to see that we we shut off a lot of things with this survival mode mentality. You know what I'm saying? And most people are speaking from their painful experiences. They're not speaking from their joy. They're not speaking from their peace. They're not speaking from love. They're speaking from experiences they've had and fears that they have, and their guards being up. So people tell you, don't you talk to that person no more. That person did da 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 da. And I'm a firm believer, hey, everybody can't go to every level of life with you. But it doesn't have to be a hardened thing. It doesn't have to be where you're angry to cut off. And a lot of times, if you have to be angry to cut off, like really mad at that person, which is a type of holding on to, that means that there probably is some unfinished work in him and you, or her and you, or them and you. And even if you can't do that work with the people, it still needs to be done within yourself. So anyway, I was like, how can I live in paradise dressed like I'm ready for war? You know, like, imagine being on the beach and wanting to go swimming with full fatigues on and armor, an armor suit, and an armor suit of fear, and a gun of excuses and a sword of, uh, I don't know, I said what it was, a sword of doubt and a grenade of confusion. And then you're in a bunker. You know what a bunker is, underground. You hidden. You done built a bunker in the sand of anger, resentment, judgment, and fear. How you gonna swim? How you gonna enjoy the sunshine with all that? How how you gonna enjoy the sea life with all that? You're gonna drown if you get in the water because you got all that stuff on you. So, we have to come. This system gears us for survival mode. Most of us never get into recovery, and then we never get into wholeness and fullness. And I really feel like I'm embarking on the wholeness and fullness part of my journey, and I'm grateful for that. Where I'm not look at that black butterfly. Y'all can't see it, I'm sure, but it is so pretty with blue at the bottom. Hi, black butterfly. Fly across the waters. Yeah. Tell your sons and daughters. Okay, I don't know the words. But anyway. So, you see what I'm saying? It's like we have to get to a space where we take all this survival stuff. If we want to thrive and live this holistic life, we can't do it with all these old patterns of survival as our reality. And so, with that being said, what I am noticing is that when you begin to take off those masks, you open yourself up for the opportunity to see love return to you. So the person that I was walking in forgiveness with has been so supportive of me since then, and it's actually coming to my aid in a lot of ways. Well, if I was holding up that wall of anger and fear, I wouldn't be able to see this aspect of restitution, because in a sense it is restitution, but I wouldn't be able to see their generosity and support for me. I would be missing out on that, and that's what happens. You have people, everybody got up these walls of fear, so nobody gets to their healing. I'm not going to say nothing first. I'm not going to call her first. I'm not going to talk to him first. Well, he did this, so oh, yeah, see, I told y'all I just woke up. But anyway, he did this, so it's his fault, and it's her fault, and yeah, it may be her fault. It may be his fault. But we never get back to healing in that way. You know what I'm saying? We stay on the outside looking in for our healing. Dang it, why does this thing always do that? I really need to turn off my messages when I'm recording. I get tired of that. That gets on my nerves. It really does. It always happens when I'm recording. So at some point, you know what I'm saying, we have to get to a space where we allow ourselves to see, I needed that healing too. You know what I'm saying? As much as he probably needed my forgiveness, I needed to see his care and concern, because from what he had done and how he had handled things, I didn't know he did care. I mean, I knew he did, yeah, but I mean, his actions didn't show it. So to be able to see actions now that show it, and then for it not to be anybody trying to win anybody back or any of that, it's just genuine care and concern. And it's like, when you love people, you can't stand to see them suffer. That doesn't feel good to you. Like, we got to get out of that. It does not feel good to be angry at people you love. It doesn't. I don't care what they've done to you. It doesn't feel good. It hurts your stomach. It hurts your head. It takes so much energy and strength to stay angry at somebody you love. And for what? I'm right in the situation. You could say I'm right. I would be justified to be cussing him out, to not have anything to say. I would be justified in an earth sense. But in my higher self sense, there is no justification. And when you look at it, everything that's caused the pain that most of us deal with in our life has come from pain. It's come from unhealed pain. It's come from people not facing what's really bothering. It's come from people not talking about what they really want to say. It comes from that stuff. So at some point, we have to get into a space where we say, you know what? I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live being angry and resentful. And everybody's going to think you're crazy. Why are you still talking to that person after what they did to you? Because I'm me. And what they didn't change my love for them or who I am. I'm still me. Now, I'm not saying stay in abusive situations. Always take care of yourself. But I'm saying even when coming out of abusive situations or neglectful situations or painful situations, you don't have to leave bitter, because that bitterness makes you bitter. You can't be bitter about somebody and not be bitter to someone who probably don't have anything to do with what you suffered or endured. So it's about letting go. It always comes back to letting go. Letting go of what you think you know about how you should relate to people. And I'm so grateful that I'm willing to challenge myself to be the love that I say that I am, to be the love that I say that I want to experience, to be that example for someone else, even if I haven't seen it, which I have, but if I haven't seen it in a lot of people, I can be that example of what love looks like regardless. I know that my forgiveness and my attention has made him feel better. And in me doing something that brought healing to his heart, his response to that love, which is also loving, is making me feel better. And we're healing something that hurt both of us. It doesn't matter who started the situation. All that matters is the situation is what it is and it needs to be healed. And that's what we have to get to. Like, it can't just be this idea of love. We can't keep talking about what love looks like and what love should be and not be exercising it in our own lives and only giving it to those who make us feel good all the time. And in truth, if you really get the love thing right, it's really hard for other people to make you feel bad, period. And that's what I'm learning. Maintaining my resonancies. How do I remain a loving being at all times? And truly remain that. And that doesn't mean saying don't say what you got to say, because I believe in throat chakra exercises. But it's learning that a lot of the stuff that I felt like I had to say that people were doing to me was just them being them, and they weren't doing nothing to me. They were being themselves. And if I love like I say I love, then I have to allow them that. I can't, and that's one of the biggest things that I think hurts relationships is everybody wants to turn somebody into who they want them to be instead of letting them be who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, after 6 months, you ought to be doing this like this. Okay, well, I didn't do that from day one. I'm not ever going to do that. That's not me. Like me, I'm not a cleaning person. If you are my honey, I'm getting better, though. I am getting better. I guess cleaning up my heart is cleaning up the junk around my spaces, but I'm still not neat. I'm just not. There's stuff always somewhere in my world. Always something. Somewhere. An extra paper, an extra shoe, an extra something. So those are things that are aspects of me. That's why I'm like, okay, we can love each other. You got to help me with that. I'm not strong in that. And if you're not willing to help me, we're not going to do well in that. I'm open to grow, and I am getting better, so I'm grateful for that. But mostly I pay people to come clean, because I'm not organized like that. That's just, my brain don't work in organization. I create out of mess a lot of times, so I have lived in a lot of it. So like, that's where I pull and draw stuff out. So I'm just saying, we each have our own ways of being, and we have to allow people to be who they are. And in doing that, we wake up to this movement of acceptance, which means, and I think it comes down to acceptance of self and recognizing that, Abraham says, people will love you and hate you, and it'll have absolutely nothing to do with you. It's true. It's like where people are at the time, what they can receive. I when I'm out sometimes and I'm singing, because I'm always singing a song, mostly, especially if I'm in a good mood. I wear my headphones and I just be singing my songs and dancing down the aisles at the grocery store. That irks so many people. It's like, why she got to be so happy? Well, for somebody who's really happy, that won't irk them. So perception and where people are at the time, what they love and like and hate about you generally has more so to do with them than you. Even this morning, I got my little feelings hurt texting somebody. They say I text with God speed. I text too fast, too much. And nobody else texts like that. And so I got my little feelings hurt, and I got into a pouty mode. I'm on my lady blessings, so we're going to blame it on the lady blessings. But it's like now I can feel myself getting into this pouting mode. And I'm like, why are you pouting? Why are you taking that personal? He's allowed not to like how you text. She's allowed not to like how you text. They're allowed not to like how you sound. Like, I had one friend who was like, why are you so loud? I'm like, because I'm me. And that used to hurt my feelings so much when people would say, why are you so loud? Why are you so loud? Because I always had a big mouth. I was always excited. I was always me. Why are you so loud? Why are you so loud? And that would really hurt my feelings. And so even now, sometimes I'll snap because I'm being me, because it's me. But I don't want to take it as personal because my loudness or silence or whatever, so what is me? I mean, you like it, don't like it, whatever, it's me. Like, it's not. But it used to hurt my feelings so bad. People would, why are you so mad? I had a big mouth because I got a lot of people to talk to in this world. I got a lot to say. I got a powerful voice. I have a powerful stance. I'm one of those people. I still got those spirits of my ancestors who had to talk from mountaintops and hills to the masses before there were microphones. When we were outside and we didn't have all that technology, and our voice and our vibrations was the technology. And I still got that in me physically. I could talk to 15,000 people. They could hear me too. I promise you, they could hear me. They would hear me. It's funny, if I'm ever out and people are trying to call for somebody, and they'll be calling, and then I just be like, ba ba da ba da, and then they turn right around. I just got one of them kind of voices. What can I say? It's who I am. Deal with it or don't. Fancy that. But yeah. So accept people for who they are. People are who they are. And then realize when you're not being accepted, it doesn't really have a lot to do with you. It's really about that person and their mentality and where they are at the moment. And then let them have that. They're allowed. They're allowed to feel some kind of way about this, that, and or the other. That's their right. It's okay. You'll live. You'll survive. You'll be okay. I promise. I promise. And so will they. So let's learn to love people for who they are as they are right now. And stop trying to form people into something else. And forgiveness allows you to see something that you might, it's like having a parent that you're angry at, and then not giving that parent who might be trying to come back into your life a chance to show you who they are, and then they die, and then you wish you would have. Sometimes the healing you need comes from that person you need to forgive. The forgiveness is healing, but sometimes there's aspects that you need to see that you can't see if you don't forgive. There's something the universe wants to show you in your forgiveness. Forgiveness is rewarded, and I'm seeing that. Forgiveness is true, genuine forgiveness is rewarded. It is shined on because it's such a goddess aspect. It's such a goddess aspect. To love anyway, it's such a goddess aspect. God is such an aspect of God is. So challenge yourself to really, no, not everybody. Like, I wouldn't want to sit down with the men who molested me and hold their fucking hand. No, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. Just being real. I don't want to have a conversation with them, but I forgive them. Because whatever pain that they had endured and encountered that made them the way they were, I forgive them. And I send love to them, and I pray that they haven't scarred any other lives with their deeds of pain and confusion and that need to be loved. I have this theory sometimes that what people do when they're molesting children, it's a prey on innocence. That innocence, their own inner child is crying out for a type of innocence or something that they're somehow missing, in their spirit needs to suck the life force of that innocence into their being. It only makes them more clouded and more hurt and more sick when it's all over with. But I think that's what it is. It's like the sacrificing of the innocence of another person. Because it's something beautiful and loving and innocence and purity. And you can see that when people are living life the way they are. You can see it because they continue to want, like, look at people who are beautiful spirits, powerful spirits. People want to own and crush them. Like, it's like, I want to suck the life force, and then they don't want to share it. Like, if it's beautiful, they just want it all to themselves. That's why we stick art and on walls and homes, which I'm not against art. I got a lot of art, but I'm just saying that's why classic art, people want to pay $25,000 to have that in their home, instead of having it in a museum where everybody in the world can enjoy it, because it's like, it's mine. The society makes us have it. It's a mine. He's mine. She's mine. It's mine. It's a selfish, parasitic, toxic need for control of something beautiful that this system, because we don't feel that beauty in ourselves, so we need constant reminders outside of ourselves, because we can't see ourselves, and now those reminders outside of ourselves, they seem so foreign and separate from us. Like, lately I've been really feeling like a nymph or a siren. And the beauty that I'm coming into with myself is not a physical one. It's manifesting in my physical state of being, in my form, but it's something else. Like, right now, walking through these trees, like I'm doing, kind of walking through the trees, I really can feel like an ancient something. Look at those trees. Look at that. Look at my world. Oh, hallelujah. Y'all see my world? The beauty that surrounds me. Listen, do you hear nature? I hear nature in the mid-afternoon. Do you hear that? I don't need a vacation. My life is a vacation. You understand? Creation is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to behold. It's beautiful to be in this now moment. But anyway, I'm rambling and I'm gonna go. It's 22 minutes. I got stuff to do. I love y'all. Peace.